father. He's part of our network and missions team, a worship leader, a drummer, multi-talented. He sounds something like an Aussie, half Indian, sometimes Mexican. JB, come on!
What's up, everybody?
Wait, let's wait for your timer. On the screen, please.
Yeah, because it's not really scary at all to see that big thing over there. But anyway, what's up, everyone? You guys ready to go stronger? Yeah. The session is called Stronger Believers. I would just like to call it 6 minutes of hell, but whatever. Let's check this out, all right? This is my revelation for you guys. 2 Corinthians 12, 9 to 10. If you have your Bibles or your notepads or it's tattooed on your body, whatever, I respect you. And he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, most gladly, I would rather boast in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. Verse 10. Therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in needs, in persecutions, in distress, for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Can you just kind of like flex on the person next to you? Just be like, I am weak, but I am strong. And then look at the person that you just neglected the first time. Just ask them, hey, what's your weakness? It's crazy, right? Sometimes we are so afraid to think about our issues and our struggles and the weaknesses that they have. Like, I honestly, that's me too. Growing up, my first ever ring bearer gig, right? I was 6, and I had really bad balance, but I didn't tell my uncle because I was too embarrassed that I had bad balance. I would just fall over and all that stuff. So I was the ring bearer, and about the time that the priest was asking where the ring was, it was gone. I was just like this, and it was like, I'm not ready for this band. So it took the priest, it took me, it took the groom, it took the bride to look for the ring that I was meant to look after, because I was too scared to tell him, yo, you got the wrong cousin to hold your ring, man. So now we need to look 10 minutes just for this ring. But it's amazing, when you look at this passage, Paul was trying to correct the people of Corinth, and then he was trying to tell these people, this is my weakness. These are the persecutions that I had to go through for the gospel. And I want to encourage you today, the fact that you have a weakness is not a lack of strength. Can I encourage you that admitting your weakness, your issue, or whatever struggle you have is not a lack of strength. It's actually the entry point to your strength. Because the Bible says, for when I am weak, then I am strong. So the weakness that we have, if we would just allow God to, and let me just clarify this super fast. The fact that you have a weakness, I'm not trying to tell you to be lazy, to just sit down and be like, oh, I'm born depressed or I'm born bald, so this is it for me. Well, that's it for me, whatever. I'm not saying you just rest on it, but if you allow God to just work on it, just be like, God, I can't do this without you. I need your strength in the time of my weakness. Then you can see God do something in that little weakness, and then you watch Him do something big with your life. Are you guys picturing this? I want to give you 2 things to just remember with this. And I pray, with those people who are struggling with stuff, the same thing that you thought disqualified you, can I just be real with you? As someone who struggled with identity and someone who was depressed and borderline suicidal, the same thing that I thought disqualified me, when I gave it to God, it was actually the single most thing that kept me humble and qualified me for the call. And that's for you guys. If you guys like it, just say, preach it, Baldy. So I want to give you guys 2 things to remember. Every time you have a weakness and you want God's strength to be made perfect in that, number 1, be humble. It's not just a Kendrick Lamar song. It's actually scriptural. God resists the proud but gives grace to the humble. Every time you go up to Him and be like, God, I'm stuttering right now. I can't do it. You just allow Him to that little pocket of time Just allow him to move in your life. You're boasting in your weakness, not because you want to stay in it, but you want to see the glory of God manifest in a human body. It's just kind of like salvation. God is a gentleman. He will never he won't force you to something that you don't open yourself up to. So when we humble ourselves, then the weakness, the issue, the struggle, the things that we think are weighing us down, God now is saying, yo, we got a process for this. If you're willing, let's go. Let's do it. You thought you were just going to be like this? I want to bring you to here, to here, to here, to here. Amen?
Come on!
Have you ever heard of this thing that says man up? I want a generation of Christians that goes man down. Every time I'm struggling, man down. What do you have for me, Jesus? What do you have? I have 20 seconds left. I don't want to leave you with this. So number one, be humble. Number two, come as you are. You don't have to fix yourself. You can't. You go up to him and be like, God, this is what I have. You change me, and then see what happens. Amen.